the locus of ancient lore.
The universe is a hologram. A hologram, you know, is a three-dimensional image that's projected from two dimensions, and you record it typically in a photographic plate. That's the old-fashioned way of doing it, and all the information for the image in 3D is stored in this plate. And then when you re-illuminate it, you get a three-dimensional image. But if you take the plate and smash it into a million pieces, take one little piece of the plate and re-illuminate it, you don't get one little piece of the image, you get the entire image. All the information is in every little location. It's just a little more blurry or less focused. So it turns out that consciousness and memory in the brain are arranged as a hologram, and even more astounding, the universe is a hologram. We were talking about that discovery recently with gravity waves, looking at gravity waves emanating from the Planck scale, and they found noise in these detectors, which at first they thought were some kind of artifact, but they found that the noise, the same information pattern repeated roughly every 3 orders of magnitude, going up from the Planck scale up to the level of biology. So the universe is a hologram, and this repeating noise, the scale-free dynamics scaling up, gets to the level of the brain, or to the level of biology. Now, on the other side of the coin...
So let me stop you there, because this is mind-boggling. You and I are having a conversation. We're in this place in New York City, which is part of the planet, and all this is being orchestrated from a two-dimensional surface somewhere on the edge of the universe in a black hole.
Well, not necessarily. I think the idea emanating from a singularity or black hole would be that it came from the Big Bang, perhaps. So I don't know about some other black holes. There are a lot of them.
From the Big Bang.
But the other side of the coin is that neuroscientists, for example, Marcus Raichle, has shown that if you look at the brain waves at different frequencies in the brain, you can go from fairly slow, like roughly 10 seconds, which is roughly the order of a given train of thought, down to hundreds of cycles per second, down even to nanoseconds. So it's roughly every 3 orders of magnitude. But so there's a gap between that and what we know coming up from the universe, and that's where the microtubules step in, because they have resonant frequencies in the kilohertz and in the megahertz. The actual microtubules vibrate in the megahertz, and also in the gigahertz, the water inside the microtubule core. So if you go from the brain to the neuron to the microtubules, you connect it to the universe, and we're several steps on this hierarchical level from the Planck scale on up. So when you meditate, and if you reach an altered state, you might go from having, say, 40 or 80 cycles thoughts per second, skipping to, say, 8,000, or to 800,000, or millions, and every 3 orders of magnitude. And as you go down in scale, you increase frequency, you increase the intensity, you increase the vastness and the vividness of the information. So that could be your locus in Vedanta, your astral planes even, that can exist at these smaller levels scale-wise, but vaster levels in terms of information processing.
Well, you know, the word